Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I think I'm audible and you all can see Dr. Avneesh as well. Please give us a heads up or a hi say that you have joined. Okay, yes, thank you. So, yes, guys, a very good afternoon to everyone who has joined and a warm welcome for the today's session on the Naukri Campus Expert Speak. Today we are diving into a topic that's shaping the future of medicine, pharma, and healthcare around the world: artificial intelligence in healthcare, and what it actually means for the careers for young medical and health science students like you who have joined the session. Moving forward, as AI becomes a powerful force in diagnosis, patient care, imagining drug discovery, research, and hospital systems, I think there is a growing need for AI literate medical professionals in India. And for today's session, it is specifically designed exactly to help you understand that particular shift. We are really honored to have Dr. Avneesh, who sits right at the intersection of medicine, AI, technology, and education. A very warm welcome to you, sir.
Thank you, Arna. Thank you, Naukri Campus, for inviting me.
Yeah. So I'll just guys walk you through Dr. Avneesh profile. So Dr. Avneesh Khare is a clinical turned educator, advisor, mentor, and a consultant working at the forefront of artificial intelligence in medicine. A few highlights from his incredible journey includes certified by the American Board of AI in Medicine, consultant at BrainX AI USA, he is at the advisory board chair at Doctors AI Education and Research Foundation and the chief advisor at the Indian College of AI in Medicine, commonly known as ICAIM. He is also the creator of the popular Med AI capsule newsletter, which was there on our page. He is featured in Forbes, displayed at the Times Square, New York, and was invited to speak at the G20 consultation on AI in healthcare. The list is endless, but he's also the contributor to the national level initiative with NAMS and multiple educational institute. Last but not the least, he also serves as an instructor for AI programs at Geo Institute and course coordinator for the AI in Medicine certificate, which is HSSC accredited. Dr. Khare brings in a unique blend of clinical expertise, deep technology understanding, and global perspective, making him one of the most respected voices in medical AI today. We are extremely fortunate to have you with us. So, without a further ado, I'll hand over the session and the stage is all yours, sir.
Thank you, Arna. Thank you for a nice introduction. And good afternoon once again to all of you who have joined us. And I understand most of you are students. And it's great to see all of you coming on an afternoon on a weekday to learn about AI. So without wasting any time, I'll just share my screen. Yeah. So I hope you can see my screen. Yes. Okay, so the topic of today's webinar is careers in AI in healthcare, because all you know that Naukri is about careers and how to build your career in the right direction. So we will be talking about the future skills that you will need to succeed in this AI era. And as most of you are students, so the earlier you begin on this journey and to start understanding how AI is changing the healthcare landscape, the better it will be for you. So I have already been introduced by Arna, but just to show you a bit about me. So this is me at the G20 summit, which Arna was talking about, and this was held in AIMS Rishikesh. So if any of you are medical students or pre-medical students, you will know India was hosting G20 in 2023, and that is where we started discussing about the future of healthcare and how we can help medical professionals also upskill themselves, and that is where it all started. So I am also part of the LinkedIn Top Voice program, and also featured in multiple places, including Times Square. If some of you have been to New York or joining us from US, so you'll know this place. So this is where we want to highlight that the medical professionals of tomorrow have to be future ready, and we have to educate and empower them so that we can enhance healthcare for all of us. So with this, a small disclosure, and let me start with giving you some food for thought. That many people tell that AI is the future, emerging technologies are the future, but I would like to argue that AI is no longer a futuristic concept. It is all around you. Just have a look in your pockets. Your smartphones are full of AI, and this AI is also available to the patients. So what AI is becoming is an essential component of modern healthcare practice. And for the next generation of medical professionals, which include many of you on this call, I think this is your moment, and you should not shy away from it. In fact, you should be very proactive. And by the end of this webinar, you will be like having a lot of insights on how you can proceed in this domain. So before that, let me tell you why your future is at the intersection. So if you can see this image, so many of you have read about this in your history books in your school, that the world undergoes revolutions at fixed amount of time. So like the first industrial revolution led to steam engine. Second industrial revolution was more based on electricity and oil power. Then we had a automated production revolution, and some people say that internet was also kind of the fourth revolution. But if you look at today, then you can see that a lot of new technologies are coming up, and they are coming and intersecting with each other. So there is also Internet of Things, there's also AI, there's also blockchain, there's also quantum computing being developed, and all these things are going to affect our life. Sorry, pardon me for my bad throat. So all of these technologies are going to impact our lives for at least next 30 to 40 years to come, and all fields, not just healthcare. In fact, even education, agriculture, all those areas are going to be impacted, and healthcare is also going to be one of them. So just to convince you, for those people who are from maths background or who wants to know about numbers, so this is something which you can see. So left side is the global figures and right side is the Indian figures. You can see that by 2032, they are expecting the global AI market to become $504 billion, which is right now standing at around $29 billion. So those of you who invest in stock market or who understand the concept of compounding, you will come to know that this is accounting to 44% annual growth. So every year the field is increasing by 44. And by the year of 2032, you will reach this kind of a size, which is like quite big, let me tell you. And even in Indian market, if you see that right now the market, which is standing at $759 million, is going to go to $8.7 billion, which is again a 42% increase year on year. So we are matching the global standards, benchmarks. We are moving with the world. And if the things are going to change abroad, then they are going to change in India as well. So that was the point which I wanted to make from this slide. So what does this growth actually means to you? So many people say that AI will lead to loss of jobs, and there will be a lot of unemployment. But I would again argue here that this is going to create many new jobs. Uh, Jobs are not going to be means replaced. In fact, some roles in particular jobs will be changing, and you have to upskill or change depending on those, so that you become a part of the sustained job market. Jobs are not going away. Jobs are only going to change, because there's still going to be high demand for medical professionals in times to come. But those medical professionals will have to be bilingual. Okay, they have to speak medical knowledge also, and they have to speak technology also. And those who are early adopters, including many of you on this call, they will lead this transformation of healthcare delivery. Let me tell you, there will be many late joiners also. Many people are still not convinced, but they will be joining the bandwagon, but they will be little late. So you have this advantage of being at the forefront of the medicine's most significant evolution. So you are here in this moment of time sitting here learning about this in this webinar. So this is something special. It was destined for you to be here and to me being talking to you and telling you about this. So I think this is a very special moment and you should take this as a very significant milestone in your journey. If you have not started learning about AI, you should get started today. Okay, so what is happening actually? There are forces which are now driving change. We are aging more, uh, like not more, in fact, since we are larger population, so more and more people are getting elder. The fertility rates are dropping down. So there are very less people at the bottom of the pyramid, and more people are of higher age groups. There is more chronic disease. Unfortunately, we are facing a burden of heart diseases, diabetes, many other non-communicable diseases. And on the other hand, to top it all, there's a critical workforce shortage. So, many medical seats have now increased and many PG seats have increased, but still, even factoring in all those, there is still a critical workforce shortage, and nearly 11 million professionals will be needed by 2030. So we have not still means crossed that shortage. Why you see no shortages? Because the demographic and geographic pattern is skewed. Many of the doctors and medical professionals are more concentrated in urban areas. If you still go to rural areas of India, there is still a lot of workforce shortage, especially qualified medical professionals. Third is lot of data. Nowadays, you see you're ordering food on Swiggy, Zomato. Similarly, people are taking digital health. They are ordering pharmacy prescription online. So a lot of data is being generated. Many of our pathology reports, our lab reports are digitized. They are sent on mobile phone. They have an app, sometimes a PDF. So all those things are creating more and more data. And wherever there is data, there will be overload because you cannot process that data using your human brain. So you need some kind of AI to do that. We'll see in the next slides how AI does it. But just to let you know, this is also a force which is driving the change. And finally, cost. Healthcare cost is going out of the roof in all areas of the world, and especially in a country like India, where many of the people pay out of pocket for their healthcare. Not everyone is insured. I think this is again a very big pressure because a lot of administrative tasks are being done nowadays, especially with schemes, government schemes, and all coming in. So you have to do a lot of admin tasks, which consume a lot of healthcare expenses, and the real healthcare expense is not going to patient care. So this is another change. So all these forces are driving change. They are happening as you are studying, as you are a student, and by the time you come into the workforce, these forces will have their impact on the job landscape also uh, in healthcare. So you need to be aware about this. So all in all, to summarize, it's a perfect storm. There's a rising demand of medical professionals in healthcare. There are a lot of workforce gaps. There is data explosion happening because of digitization, and a lot of cost pressures are happening. So now, what all this mixes and brings together is an unprecedented opportunity for AI innovation. And I hope in the last few slides I have been able to convince you why uh, AI is important for you to learn, and why this is the right time, and why you as medical professional are standing at a very important intersection in the history of mankind. So now my task becomes easy because once I have convinced you why all this, then what and how becomes easy. So we'll be seeing that in the next slides, and I'll tell you some career pathways. I will tell you some roles which will be becoming more important in times to come, some skill sets which you will need, and how to go about it, how to learn those. And we'll take some Q&A also towards the end of the webinar. So the next 30 minutes, just be with me and just try to understand. This will be available as a recording to you also, so you can go through it later also. But just try to focus on what I am telling you. So if you go online there and search about AI or artificial intelligence, there are a lot of definitions. But this is the most simple way to understand this concept is there is something called data at the bottom layer. Then if you add a layer of processing or analysis to it, it becomes information. And as you keep moving up this pyramid, you gradually reach wisdom. So from data, you are moving to information. From information, you are moving to knowledge. From knowledge, you are moving to wisdom. So every day we human beings and every natural organism out there in the world, even if it is an insect, it is trying to do this. It is collecting data, it is processing it into information, knowledge, and converting it into wisdom. And that is why they are called intelligent. So if you are an intelligent human being, you will be able to do this. Similarly, if a machine is doing it, it will be called artificial intelligence or machine learning. So basically what AI does, it helps turn the data into knowledge and wisdom, and it is guided by context. So if you don't give context to your chat GPT or Gemini or any other tool which you're using, you will get very bad output because the AI doesn't live in the world which we live in. So similarly, AI needs a lot of context. Your context as a human being is shaped by your daily life, where you live, where you work, who teaches you, who are your parents. All those things build your context. So similarly, AI also needs context. And this is one very important diagram which you should remember in your whole AI journey is that AI, machine learning, deep learning. These three words will keep coming up again and again. So how to understand? Deep learning is a part of machine learning and machine learning is a part of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is the broad field. Within it, there's a field called machine learning, which is a type of AI, a type of doing AI. And machine learning, within machine learning, now we have gone into deep learning. So we have advanced so much that we have even developed a very refined form of machine learning, which is called deep learning. I'll show you in the next slide how it looks. So this is how machine learning looks, deep learning looks. There are layers of neurons. You can see these all small circles are neurons. These are arranged in layers. So there is one input layer, which is green. There is one output layer. And in between there are green, red neurons. And all neurons are connected to each other through these lines. So these lines are nothing but mathematical connections. The data travels from this layer. You just keep going back to this diagram. The data travels through these layers. The data comes from the left side. It travels through these hidden layers. And finally, you get an output. So if you insert a picture like an X-ray image from this side, it will come out as a diagnosis from the right side. And patterns which were invisible to our human eyes have started becoming visible to machines. This is what is happening. And from evidence-based medicine, if you are a student, you will not still know about this term. But as you go into medical college and start learning about it, you will see that in medicine, there is something called evidence-based medicine. So we practice only those things for which there is evidence. We prescribe medicines only for which there is evidence. But now with AI coming in, now there's an era of intelligence-based medicine where you will be able to go under the surface of the sea and see the iceberg, because iceberg below the surface is more than what is visible above the surface. You all know this. And now is the moment in history where we'll be able to go into intelligence-based medicine using AI along with evidence. So how this fits in? Uh, to save time, I didn't put many use cases, but everywhere the theme is same, that AI basically helps you either predict something or it helps you classify something. So if you put data like healthcare data, which is electronic medical records, medical devices, the smartwatch on your wrist, all these put in data, and these data are put into an AI model, and this gives more better predictions and classification, which leads to better decisions. So basically in healthcare, AI supports early detection of red flags. Red flags means some warning signals before they become emergency, and so that you can take a better decision, you can give better patient outcomes. If you are working in pharmacy, for example, how do you predict the next medicine shape, structure, name, so that you can shorten the timeline to bring the new medicine? So you can apply it to different domains depending on the domain you are from. But basically, AI helps in prediction and classification and improve the efficiency of the system. Okay. AI basically helps you to see what you have been missing. If you have any questions, you can keep putting in the question box, and Arna will be moderating it for me, and we'll be taking them towards the end. Also, if you have any comments, please feel free to put in the chat. Although I'll not be having a look at the chat window. And I hope you have been enjoying till now. If you have got some value or got some insights, or if you are understanding what I'm speaking, just if you can put some comments in the chat that, okay, now you understand what is AI, now you are getting why we should learn about AI, and you are enjoying the session. So that will motivate me as well and the Naukri Campus team, so that they can bring more such programs for you in the future. Okay, so let's move to the next step. Now we know that AI is affecting healthcare. What is AI basically? And now let me tell you why you should care about it. Because I told you the forces of change which are happening, but basically what is happening is this AI is entering all the wards, clinics, labs. So the places where you are going to work in future, if you're a student, you're going to learn, going to come out with a degree and then learn, apply for a job through Naukri and then learn and then work. So the environment is totally going to be changed. It is going to be full of these AI tools which are coming in right now, and you will be expected to ethically use them and to be responsible for the action, which is something very important, because you cannot blame an AI tool. You cannot say that AI tool made the mistake. So you will be legally liable. You will have to use it ethically and legally. And your insights, because you will be having the knowledge and experience to put it in place. So an engineer can build an AI tool, but then a doctor knows if that AI tool is useful or not, and it can be applied to correct place or not. So that is the difference which you as a medical professional, whether you are a pharmacy student, whether you are a dental student, whether you are a medical student, your perspective and knowledge and experience of the field or the domain will help fitting that AI into the real world workflow. So all these things is why you should care as a medical professional about AI. Even if someone is not telling you, not guiding you, or you are feeling it is very far in the future, I think you should start now, and you should start caring and attend more and more of these sessions. Okay, so when I tell people till here, when I take them in the webinar, the first question or the myth which they have is you need to be a coder to work in AI. They say, sir, I'm a medical student. I don't know anything about maths. Many people leave maths in 10th class, and I don't know any coding. And I have heard that if you want to work in AI, then you need to be a coder. So I would like to bust this myth right away that you don't need to be a coder to work in AI. AI is a team sport. Just like you see football, cricket, there are many players. Some are good batsmen, some are good bowlers, some are all rounder. So similarly, in healthcare, many important healthcare AI roles are non-technical. So building AI is one thing, getting it to work is another, and then putting ethical guardrails is totally another uh, game in AI. So you can choose where you want to go. I'm not telling you don't have to learn coding at all, or you should not learn coding. I'm not telling that. I'm saying that if you know coding, it's a very good thing. You can be an all-rounder. But if you don't know coding, then you can be a good bowler. So you can maybe give your perspective as a medical expertise. So this is what I wanted to clarify before moving ahead. And now let me show you the spectrum which is opening up. Before, what happened in my times, if you take biology, you have only fixed career options. You either become a doctor, or you either become go into biotechnology or pharmacy. So these options were very limited, or you go into dental. But now with the AI coming into the picture, now you can see the entire spectrum has opened up, and you can be placed anywhere in this spectrum. So you have no more choices. You can either decide, okay, I just want to be a doctor. You just be an AI augmented clinician. So okay, you are on one end of the spectrum. But you might decide, I want to do a AI startup as a medical profession. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be an innovator. This is also possible now. So these are two ends of the spectrum. But I don't want you to focus on these two ends, because not everyone can do these two things. The first thing is based on exams, competitive exams, and the second thing is based on a lot of risk taking and your experience as an entrepreneur, whether you like it or you don't like it. But there are many things opening in between. As you can see, clinical validator, AI in medicine educator, which I am one of those, ethics and policy contributor, digital health product manager, medical advisor, medical AI researcher, healthcare data consultant. All these roles are opening up, and they are different kind of uh, competencies, different kind of job descriptions which are going to come in times to come. So just to show you, AI is going to create more jobs than it is going to uh, destroy. So definitely jobs are going to be destroyed. Some jobs are going to change. Some jobs are going to become extinct. But these jobs are going to open up also. So you need to upskill accordingly, because as you see in Naukri platform also, job descriptions will be changing with time, and many of these job roles will be opening up on their platform as well. So you need to be prepared. But before that, let's go a bit more deep so I can see the questions. Okay, so we'll take this in the end, and you will get a lot of answers in the next few slides. So there are different personalities or different kind of archetypes, depending on which you can choose your career within this spectrum. So some people like to be the bridge. They like to connect the two worlds of medicine and technology. So for you, what kind of a role can be there? There are many roles. I cannot cover all of them in this 1 hour webinar, but I want to just give you an idea, and maybe you can keep exploring after this webinar. I will give you some resources as well, uh, some QR codes where you can take screenshot and you can go and explore. So, but to get the idea, first type of people are bridge builders. So if you are a bridge builder, you like to connect two things, then this is one area which you should look at, which is clinical informatics specialist. So what is the core function? As I told you, they bridge the clinical care and technology. What is the connecting link? It is data. It is the clinical data, clinical informatics, and how to use that data to improve patient care delivery. So this is their main role. And since it is based on data, so there's a lot of optimization of electronic medical records. And where there is data, I told you there will be AI, because whenever there is data which is food for AI, it will transform into AI wisdom. And also how to manage clinical decision. So all these things, these are ideal for even early stage doctors, and not just early stage. In fact, you can switch to clinical informatics. Now there are degrees coming up in this field. So you can be clinician or a health science graduate who enjoys system levels problem solving. So you need to have a holistic view. If you are such kind of a person who enjoys knowing about different fields and then connecting them together, then this is an ideal choice for you. So second choice, okay, all people cannot be builders. Some will be innovators, as I told you, on the entrepreneur side of the spectrum. And also some people are very much interested in core or deep research, not the general research like writing papers or those essays. They are not research. They are just kind of, you are trying to make publications. I am talking about core research, working in labs. So this can be another area which is innovative. So if you resonate with this kind of a role, then there are few things which you can explore, like you can become a medical AI researcher. You need not become a doctor only, or a biotechnology professional, or a pharmacist. There are many other roles which are opening up. Medical AI researcher, what will be the core function? They will be looking at AI algorithms. They will be running experiments. They will be ensuring they are safe, effective, generalizable, and also translational research kind of a thing will come in, where you will be leading to where you will be responsible for adoption of those AI tools which are in the laboratories, to come out of laboratories and go in the real world. So for this, you need to target academic medical centers, some big pharma companies which have good R&D divisions, healthcare technology companies, big tech companies. They hire a lot of medical AI researchers. These will be the responsibilities. You can go through this in more detail in the recording. But who is it ideal for? It is ideal if you are a research passionate student, and you also have a strong grasp of evidence-based medicine. So you have to decide for this field only after you are sure that you can do good research. Then there is third archetype. Some people don't want to be innovators. Some people don't want to be innovators. Some people don't want to be simple clinicians. So you can be the strategist. The strategist is where the knowledge of AI as a technology or a technical knowledge, you need a bit of it, but most of it is non-technical. So this is where you shape products and improve operations. So the Zomato, Swiggy, the Google Maps, all those apps which you're using, every app has a product manager behind the scene. So similarly, digital health product manager is another role with AI focus. So you will be basically designing the solution. You will be going to the customers, asking them that, why do you need this solution? How should the AI solution be? You will be monitoring, measuring it. Then you will be integrating it into the operations. So workflow integration is also your responsibility. And finally, scaling it up from concept to widespread clinical use. So it is ideal for leaders with analytical skills. So if you're someone who is a good analytical person, who is a good person at conducting consumer surveys, who likes talking to people, and who likes stitching everything together and making it as a product which would be used by thousands of people, then this is one role which you can focus. On the other hand, there are some people which only want to sit in front of computer and do some analysis. So that is also fine. You don't need to go for a digital product manager role. You can go for a healthcare data analyst. This is a very simple role which you can, even an early career role, this is type of early career role. Core function is to use organizational data. So I told you healthcare is generating a lot of data. So you use that data, you apply some kind of analysis to it, analytical insights, you convert it into some kind of intelligence, knowledge, wisdom, and you help drive the business and administrative strategy. So you need to know a bit about business and administration also. So if you have an MBA or you have some business background or you have done a business, it is very useful in the domain. So basically these are the key responsibilities, and again ideally it is for analytically minded students because a lot of data is there, you have to analyze it, and you have to be that your north star should be you have to make healthcare more efficient and affordable. So if this is something that sounds like you, then you can go for this kind of a role. So again, a disclaimer, these are not all the roles which I'm talking about. There are many roles which are in between these roles also. There are some gray areas. So you can target those also, and you can keep building your profile as you work. So maybe you can start as healthcare data analyst and then become a digital product manager, or maybe you can start as a researcher and then you can become a digital product manager. So all kinds of these things are opening up and they're available out there, so you can explore. I think platforms like Naukri Campus and in fact others also like LinkedIn and all, you should be more active in networking. Attend events which are non-medical, non-technological kind of an events, mixed events, where you can go and meet the people who are at the intersection. So finally, if you don't resonate with any of these three which I told you, still you can work in AI. You will ask me how. So if you are a person who always feels that AI should be ethical, it should be safe, it should be governed, then you can become the guardian. So someone at the gate of AI, you can also be there. So you can go into some kind of regulatory ethics and governance specialist roles. Your core function will be, as I told you, making AI safe, ethical, and legally compliant. So you need to not build AI, but then whatever is built, you need to validate it, you need to test it, you need to ask those ethical questions, and you need to make it safe. So this is ideal for detail-oriented individuals who are too much oriented about policy, patient safety, and responsible technology use. If you are someone who has these kind of core competencies, then this is one area which you should look at. So I hope I have covered a lot of uh, roles for you, which some of you might be knowing from before, some of you might not be knowing. So now you know that you don't have to just become a doctor or an engineer. You have many things coming in between. So now you will ask me, okay, sir, you told me these are the rules, but then how do I prepare for it? Of course, you have to learn about AI, but how do I go about it, and what in AI I should learn? So the next slides will give you answers to those questions. So I can see the questions popping up. I can see most of them are related towards the end of the session. If I take it will be better. But one I will answer right now, that can you share a real example where AI has improved diagnosis, treatment, or patient care? So I don't know the name who has asked, but sure, there are so many. You don't need to ask me also. You go on Perplexity, you go on Google and just type your question. You will get so many answers. But let me tell you about my field, which is anesthesia. So anesthesia, we put something called as nerve blocks. So whenever we anesthetize a patient inside the OT, either we give them full anesthesia or give them nerve block. So there's something called an ultrasound machine which is used to put a nerve block. If you have seen ultrasound machine before, you will see everything looks black and white. You cannot see what is nerve, what is a muscle, what is a artery. Of course, an experienced ultrasound person can do that. But if I'm a trainee or I am a new doctor, or if the patient is too much fat, so I cannot see properly. So in that case, AI can help me identify the structures correctly, uh, where I can identify the structures and avoid complications and put a good nerve block. I improve my efficiency and I reduce the complication. This is just one example. Similarly, in drug diagnosis, drug discovery, I told you, the drug which takes 10 to 12 years time to come into the market, that time can be reduced to 5-6 years if we use AI. Uh, with better prediction, better classification. So all those trial and error steps can be reduced in between. So I hope these are some real examples which I give you. Of course, I cannot cover everything in this webinar, but I'll be happy if you can get in touch with me. I will be happy to give you some more examples or share some papers which you can read. Okay, So let's move to the toolkit. Okay, what do I need? What skills do I need? Because in a resume you need those skills. You need to write those things, and so that you can get visible for the recruiter. So the next few slides will give you an idea about what to do. So first thing, your core advantage. I read a book called Clifton Strengths. I'm not promoting any name, but it tells you your 5 top strengths. So there's a conception in this world that you should always try to find out your weakness and try to remove them one at a time. But the other way of thinking is you identify your top 5 strengths and then you play on it. So if my top strength is being a clinician, why I should leave it on the side? Or my top strength is being a medical professional who understand biology. I think that is my biggest advantage and my biggest strength. So always you should be aware about this, like your deep understanding of this clinical workflows, patient care, how a medicine is discovered, how a medicine is manufactured, how it is put into the market, what all is done. For a dentist, how the dental procedures work. All this knowledge is very important because the AI systems and you are different, because you will bring the understanding and the experience and the domain expertise, but AI systems are powerful data processors. They recognize patterns, but again, as I told you, they miss the real world context. They don't live in the world that you live in. They live inside a computer and they only understand how much you tell them. So there you need someone to tell them, right? So that who will be that person? You will be that person, and that is your core advantage. Okay, so that is why it is also very important to practice medicine and be expert in your own domain or your field, along with doing work in AI. Because if you simply go into AI without any knowledge or domain expertise in your field, then you won't be having much advantage. I practiced medicine for 10 years before switching to this role, so I have a understanding of what it means to be a doctor on the ground. So that is very important. But apart from that, you need to be now a AI enabled medical professional, not just clinician, yeah, AI literate, AI enabled medical professional. So you need to understand AI. I will tell you what all you need to understand. You need to have an understanding of data. How is good data prepared? How is good data analyzed? You have to have an analytical reasoning and in fact a mindset of critical thinking also. So that is also one of the essential competencies. Interdisciplinary communication, you should be able to communicate with non-medical professionals and vice versa. So that is another core competency you need in the world of future. And finally, safety and ethics awareness, because a legal structure is lagging behind. So a lot of things in AI are based on ethical awareness. So you need to first become good human beings. And how do we become good human beings? By imbibing good ethical values. Much of it comes from our upbringing and our surroundings, but then we can develop it as a muscle, our ethical muscle. So that is another core competency. How you should develop it? There's a structure to it. You first go with the knowledge foundations, and then you go for practical applications. You don't skip any step. Otherwise, what will happen is you will not have the complete understanding or the complete competency, and you will keep skipping from here and there. So first is knowledge foundation, then practical application. Then a strategic thinking will come by applying these two, the foundation and the practical application, and finally oversight and governance. So if you are interested in oversight and governance, you don't start from oversight and governance. You start from knowledge foundation. Then you do some practical application. Then you develop a strategic thinking and oversight and governance. So all this is a step-by-step process. It won't happen in a day, but definitely if you give 6 months to 1 year to this, you can develop your competencies in a good way. So moving to the last part of my talk before we move to the Q&A, next 5 to 10 minutes, I want you to envision your future now. Now you know from this webinar what AI, why AI, how AI, and we have discussed a lot. So now I want you to start envisioning. Yeah, I will take the questions in the end. We will have time for that. Envisioning your future in an AI enhanced world. This is very important for your generation. My generation was in the transition stage, and the generation before me is already they have a good career in medicine. They have already achieved what they want to. But for you, you will have to do this on a daily basis, on a very proactive level. So how you do it? So you have to, again, I showed you the spectrum. So to simplify it, you need to understand where do you want to stand in the spectrum. You want to be a consumer of technology, you want to be a developer of technology, or you want to be somewhere in between. Depending on that, you need to go into the depth all these things like technical concepts, ethical concepts, appraisal concepts, validation concepts, all these things. If you want to be a developer, you need to understand them at the depth. But if you are just want to be a consumer, you may be on the surface of technical concepts, surface of validation, so bit of everything. And translator needs to be somewhere in between. So this is a paper. I will give you the QR code. You can go and check it, scan you this QR code to access it. You can take a screenshot and later go to it or see it in the video. So what this is showing basically is the 4 pillars: the technical concepts of AI, the validation of AI, how you validate those tools, evaluate those tools, ethical aspects, and appraisal. So if you are a consumer, you have to learn this much. If you are a translator, you have to learn this much. And if you are a developer, you have to learn everything. It is very good to learn everything if you want to be a developer. But you should always have foundational skills in all these areas, whether you are a consumer, whether you are a translator, whether you are a developer. So I hope now there is more clarity how to go ahead, because I have seen people who start with coding, but in fact, when they don't want to be a developer. So that mistakes you should not do to waste your precious time in learning, because nowadays there's so much to learn and so less time. Another good paper is navigating AI. This is, I have only written this paper with my team. So if you are a medical professional, healthcare professional, how do you navigate AI? How do you get started? So first you should set your goal. How do you set it? Then how do you identify the resources? And then how do you measure your success? So all these things have been given in this paper along with the checklist. So you can again go to this paper later on after this webinar and have a look at it. So it will bring more clarity to you. So finally, what is your call to action after this webinar, attending this webinar? I hope you enjoyed it. You got some insights. I can see a lot of questions. We'll be taking them now. I'm very happy that you are participating actively and asking a lot of questions, which is very good and very important for your future. And we'll answer most of them as much as we can. But what is your call to action after going today? This webinar ends in another 18 minutes. But what after those 18 minutes? You have to become a trailblazer. There's no other option for you. Things are moving at a rapid, fast rate. You don't have time, but you have a pathway which you can follow. So first thing is embrace the moment. You accept it. You accept that you are entering healthcare at a pivotal moment in history. You have to seize the opportunity. There's no other way. There's no option of going back to the old way of doing things. Then second is, I told you the competencies. So you master those competencies, build your core skills, and you try to move beyond passive use, because I can see a lot of people using ChatGPT, Gemini nowadays, and they think that they are doing AI. They are using AI, but it is not complete picture. It is only one of the AI tools, which makes you more and more passive if you start using it without applying your brain. So you should move beyond that passive use. You should become a critical evaluator, develop critical thinking, and lead the transformation. Don't be shaped by the events. You shape the events. So for that, you'll have to lead the transformation from the front. You will have to take the leadership. Leadership is often taken, it's not given. So you have to take the leadership of transforming healthcare to more efficient, more equitable, and more human-centered kind of healthcare, because all of us will be patients at some point of time in future. I hope most of us don't, but then many of us will have to go to the same healthcare system which we are building right now. So I think you have the unique opportunity. I don't know how much I'm able to motivate you, but you have the ability to reinvent it right now. And everyone sitting on this webinar right now is a student. You are starting fresh. You don't have those biases. So I would say, please reinvent it. Don't go for whatever is existing out there. Build your own kind of a new healthcare system. Your healthcare journey starts now after this webinar. All of you, I am expecting to be an agent of change. All of you will revolutionize patient care through thoughtful technology adoption. You all will lead with confidence. You will combine your medical expertise, whether you are a pharmacy, dental, medical, whatever kind of a student, it doesn't matter. If you add it with AI literacy, I am sure you will have an unstoppable impact. And I'm sure many of people on this call will shape the future, and they will design the next generation of AI tools that will define healthcare. So I would reiterate, healthcare and the future of healthcare needs you. And I'm very happy I could share my thoughts with all of you. And thank you again to Arna and Naukri Campus team for having me. And if any of you wants to get in touch with me, so you can email me, or you can email Naukri Campus team, and they can compile all the questions and send it to me. I'll be happy to answer over email. And I also have a newsletter, which is the Media Capsule. So if you are interested in learning more about this areas and staying updated, so you can join that. You can also check out the QR code. With this, I'll hand it back to the team. I'll stop sharing my screen. And Arna, if you're there, I think you can take it from here.
Yes, hi, thank you so much, Dr. Khare, for that incredibly enlightening session. Like me being from a non-medical field, I also learned a lot of new things about AI in medicine, and I'm sure our students have gained a very deeper understanding of how AI is reshaping healthcare and what the future holds in for them. So
Yeah.
now we'll now move to the short Q&A segment. We have already received, I think, more than 10 queries, and I've assigned to Dr. Khare. So you can take them forward and post that. We have some 4 to 5 questions as well, which we received on our mail. And yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, so I'll take the questions one by one. So thank you for the comments and compliments. So there's someone, they're saying, I want to understand as a dentist if I'm working in an AI-based product development in oncology for common cancer screening. So what kind of technical expertise I can build to effectively do work in this segment. So I hope you got the answer from my last 4 5 slides where I showed you the core competencies. So you need to develop those one by one, depending on whether you want to be a consumer of that technology or you want to build that technology or you want to be somewhere in between. So I think this answers that question. You can again go to the recording and then you can get more idea. So second question is, do you see AI becoming part of MBBS MD curriculum in near future? Yes, there are talks happening around it. There are many medical colleges who are already holding workshops and such programs in person. There are many communities also. I won't name any one particular community, but you can go online and you can search. And I'm sure Naukri Campus is also hearing this, listening to this, and they will be also maybe starting some communities in times to come. Curriculum will take time. Don't wait for curriculum is would be what I would say. Start learning on your own, and when it comes into MBBS MD curriculum, you will anyways learn it in a structured way. But right now, you have to be proactive. You are an early adopter, so you have to take the first step. So I hope that answers that question. So how can we learn to interpret AI generated insights responsibly? Very good question. This is the question that actually should be asked as a medical professional, because see, AI will generate insight. That is what it is designed to do. But how to interpret it responsibly, how to use it, how to apply it to the patient or to the work that they are doing, that is going to be a skill which will be very important on your resume in future. So I gave a term to it, which is critical thinking or analytical thinking, problem solving mindset. So all those things are going to be very important. You have to do courses for this. You have to do mentorship for this. You have to get in touch with some mentors who are good at these things and your teachers. So you have to start learning those tacit skills which are not mentioned in textbooks. So only those will be able to help you to interpret those AI generated insights responsibly in future. So I thank you for that very nice question. So let's move to the next one. If AI technology increase day by day, then it is good or not, and is it a good impact for us if we are going totally depend on AI with our health? So again, I think this links to the last question. If you are going to use it passively without learning about it, which most of people unfortunately will be, but not you on this webinar. I hope most of you will not. So I think you develop those critical analysis skills, critical thinking skills, and you will be safe in times to come, beat any technology. Sir, I'm a pharmacy student. What skill I want to gain for government job in government hospital? So government hospital, I think you need to look at the job description and the work that you are going to be assigned, and then you have to decide. AI is going to come into the job description because there are many government schemes which are coming in and many government programs where they are trying to apply AI, especially in public health. Pharmacy, I'm not having much idea. I'm very sorry because I don't have background in pharmacy in government college or hospital, but definitely would be happy to explore and let you know if you drop me an email. Next question, how will AI affect the workflow of junior doctors and residents? So AI is going to affect everything and every role for everyone. Junior doctors and residents are going to be empowered because you are going to have kind of a co-pilot or assistant 24/7 who can answer you, guide you, check you. But then if you use it as a passive kind of a tool, then you will not be able to get proper learning or experience in your field or domain. So it's a double-edged sword. You have to take it in a way in which it enhances your learning and not replaces you. Because if it is replacing you, so then I think medical education will be affected in a bad way. And many medical teachers, educators are thinking about this. They are having discussions. I am part of many communities and groups where we are trying to understand how to incorporate it best so that it doesn't impact the learning of junior doctors and residents, which is very important. Just like you train a pilot in an aeroplane, they can fly an autopilot also, and they can fly without autopilot also. So that is something which we will need to develop in times to come. Simulation will have a very big role in this. So next, can you comment on whether data colonization will be an issue, and if so, how we can tackle it? Yes, data colonization, data siloization, because data quality is a big issue, but then data access is also a big issue, and many players are now trying to keep their data secure, and they are trying to not share it, which is again going to be challenge, because good AI needs good access to good quality data, and the more data it has, the more context it has, the better it is able to learn. Something called federated learning, I would encourage you to explore, so you will get your answer there. So if we encourage more and more federated learning kind of environments, I think we can address this issue of data siloization and colonization. Few more questions. So health insurance TPA, sir, what's the scope? So health insurance, again, I told you, double-edged sword. If they have data about you, everything they know about you, they will use it uh, for you, against you, because that's if they know you are a smoker, and if you are an alcoholic, for example, so then your insurance will premium will increase significantly, which sometimes many people just don't mention in their policy, which is again not a good practice. But I am telling, it can be used in a good way also, to plan better, to predict your complications and problems ahead of time, and to help you get this insurance claims on time, reducing that process time. But then again, those insights, if in wrong hands and not used ethically, they can again be used like to increase your healthcare premiums, for example, to maybe deny care. They know from before that you are going to get this disease, and then you don't get coverage for that. So all those things will happen. So it's a double-edged sword. I'm happy that people are asking intelligent questions, and I don't think many of them are only students. I think there are good quality audience here. uh, can you share a real example where, okay, I covered this question. We'll be happy to answer more. You can follow me on LinkedIn as well. I keep sharing use cases. Which countries or health systems are currently leading in AI-driven healthcare, and what our country can learn from them? So anyone who has asked this question, so there's nothing such as leading in AI-driven healthcare. Everyone is like learning. Everyone has their pros and cons. Some have their advantages. Like the Western world has a lot of data in electronic medical records, but then much of it is not very good quality data. In India, we don't have data, but then we have the ability to build it from scratch. If you know about Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission, the Indian government is working a lot on building the stacks from scratch, and we'll be having very good stacks, just like UPI and Aadhaar, in comparison to Western world. And we have the economies of scale, so we will collect very good quality data in small amount of time. So everyone has to learn from each other. This is what I want to say. There's no one country which can give all the lessons in AI driven healthcare to all others. We all learn from each other, and this is how we move forward. Again, very intelligent question. So how AI will help in clinical research, as this field require precision and accuracy, so to get clean data, and how to alter the subject confidentiality. So there are ways to remove subject confidentiality. There's already a lot of work has been done on this. There are regulations also now. There is HIPAA Act, there is GDPR, there's something called DPDP Act which has come in India. So all the platforms which you see now will become DPDP compliant in times to come. So that subject confidentiality thing is gone. And clinical research, it helps in all the places of clinical research, not just one. So right from planning the research study to recruiting people for clinical trials in a more efficient manner, to putting out the publication in a better way, using all those AI tools, commonly available AI tools. I think AI will have an impact on all those places in the pipeline. I hope that answers that question. Last two questions. So how can AI affect the grassroots levels in public health where even electricity is a luxury? This is what I said. So AI has a very big advantage of getting access to areas where nothing is available. So, as I told you, the medical professionals are not available out there in the rural area. So, even an AI small AI tool, which can at least do early screening, that has a lot of impact. I'm not saying that it is the only thing which should be available out there. You should. This is not a substitute for a trained medical professional. But let's get realistic, where there is not even electricity out there. So, how do you expect a medical professional to reach there? But a simple AI screening tool, which is in the hands of ASHA worker, they can go home to home. They can do analysis of baby weight and baby development parameters, for example, or maybe they can check for anemia in patients using a simple tool which is available in their mobile phone. These are being developed. So all these things will definitely impact grassroots levels in public health. When will the person who is not having electricity start using AI? That is a different issue. But AI impacting those grassroots levels, you don't need the person to use AI. Even an ASHA worker going to that home can be AI empowered. So thank you again for that nice question. Last question. What kind of internships, fellowships, or research roles should students look for in this space? So as I told you, go to networking platforms like Naukri Campus and other platforms, many other out there. You can go and check. Just try to build your profile, build your online profile, and then depending on your interest, try connecting to people. Because I think many things are advertised or not advertised, but then one is to one connection, one is to one personal connection still has no substitute. Try to attend events where there are mixed audience. So that is where a lot of these roles are filled in over the dinner plate for or a coffee mug. That is what I would like to say. And I'm sure Naukri would also be having a lot of these internships, fellowships, and research roles advertised in times to come. So keep on lookout. Or if there's no role coming up, you curate a role. So you start learning about it, start connecting to people, and sometimes they curate a role for you within their organization. So this is another thing. So I hope I've answered all the questions, and I think we still have 2-3 minutes. So over to you, Arna.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Avneesh. You answered all the questions very patiently. And now, as we have scarcity of time, I'll be taking just 2 to 3 questions. So, one is, how reliable are the AI diagnostic tools in comparison with human clinicals?
So I am always against comparison. I am always human plus AI. So if you compare human plus AI versus either alone, I think there's a lot of accuracy gain which is happening. Reliability, again, it will improve with time because a lot of validation studies are happening as we speak. Unless the tools are validated out in the market in real world, there are many tools developed in Western markets. Now they have to be validated in Indian geography. So all those things as they happen, reliability will improve more and more. This is what I would say.
Okay, thank you. Moving forward, how can we ensure AI doesn't widen gaps in the healthcare access in India?
Yes. So there's something called as digital divide. So we need to first address that, and government is trying its best to do that. We as citizens should also try our best. If we don't have access to AI tools, start getting access to AI tools if you can afford it. There's no excuse. And I think we need to develop a mindset of good open source ethical AI. I think more and more people are trying to go closed source, and they're trying to be competitive. I think collaboration is the way ahead. Collaborate for the larger cause, better healthcare. That mindset, it's more of a cultural and socio emotional kind of solution to it. There is no technological solution to ensuring access and equity. It's always upon humans to do that with any technology. Technology in itself is neutral. So I guess I answered that.
Okay, and guys, no, last but not the least, what are the some emerging research topics in medical AI that students should explore?
So, if you ask me, there's even research happening in AI for medical education. I just want to bring food to your food of thought, food for thought to your mind. So, if you don't know about any topic, you can do on yourself also. So, we are doing a systematic review on AI, generative AI for medical education. That is one expanding area. Then again, depending on the specialty or subject you are training upon, there are a lot of research opportunities in those. You go to PubMed or any such website, Google Scholar, and just type your specialty and write AI in radiology, AI in dermatology. You will get a lot of recent papers where research is happening. You get a lot of ideas from there. So I
Okay.
think we finished right on time.
Yeah. So thank you guys, and thank you so much, Dr. Khare, for sharing such valuable insights with us. And your guidance has surely given students and people like me a very clear roadmap towards building a future ready careers at the intersection of medicine and technology. And to
Thank
everybody who has joined us today, thank you for joining us and staying engaged. We hope this session was very helpful and inspired you to explore the world of AI in healthcare. And we would suggest कि continue building your skills. Uh, Thank you, everyone. And whoever wants to connect with Dr. Khare post this session, they can reach out to him on his LinkedIn or over his email. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Dr. Khare.
Bye. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you.